So what are 3 Singapore tech stocks, technology stocks that you can put in your watch list for potentially more upside as we move further into 2024? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier reminder, trader in Philip Securities, and in this video, I'll be showing you 3 Singapore tech stocks that have came into my watch list over the past couple of months, and there are some signs of it pushing even higher. So perhaps you could put it in your watch list as well, right? So what happens is that over the past week, we have seen strength in the tech sector with the US tech sector pushing up. S&P 500 has pushed a record high, same as Dow Jones, and there is strength coming back in many of those US tech stocks. And these 3 stocks which I'm about to review to you are starting to see some signs of bullishness, whereby they kind of like broke some of the key resistance level. There are indicators pointing to more upside. So if you don't know what these 3 stocks are, and more importantly, what can we do with them and what are the upside targets, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, right? So let's dive into the first stock right now. Give me a like, hit the subscribe button, that will definitely help out the channel, and thank you so much for doing that. Let's go. Okay, the first stock I'll share with you will be this company called Franken, right? F-R-E-N-C-K-E-N, and it is currently trading at about $1.42 right over here, right? So you can see that for Franken, there are already signs of the uptrend forming, or kind of like a reversal from a downtrend to an uptrend since around November, right? I mean, somewhere around like 2022, you can see right over here, whereby it has been selling off lower and lower, what we call lower highs. And it has been a downtrend, same like many of those technology stocks in the US due to rate hikes and all that. They've been trading lower and lower until we found a bottom somewhere in 2022, 2023 as well. We found a bottom somewhere around here at 80 cents, rebounded, and that was where some signs of a reversal started to come back, right? We started to trade a little bit higher and consolidate a little bit higher right over here, and finally you can see that the 100 days moving average, right, the red line, 100 days moving average, have crossed back above the blue line. So there's a sign of a trend reversal from a downtrend to uptrend, and that's where you could prepare or position yourselves to ride the reversal. Does it make sense? All right, so that's what you could do, right? So I covered this stock, I would say, in a video just a couple of months back, or maybe a few weeks back, and it was like, kind of like pushing higher, and we found some, I would say, resistance around the $1.40. So it was like moving sideways. You can see swing up, and down a little bit, and the short-term trend, right? Look at this right here. You can see that this green line would be what we call the 20 days moving average, right? So this 20 days moving average was like flattening out as it consolidated in October, November last year, started to push up right over here as we broke the 120, all right, broke the 120, went all the way up, and we consolidated a little bit more, whereby the 20 days moving average green line flattened out as well. But right now you can see that we are actually attempting to break the $1.40, right? $1.40 resistance level, whereby we have been trading below for about a month, right? So there could be more upside, I think, if we stay above this 140. You can see, right, 140 was also a little bit of a support here. We broke down, you can see, rebounded from it, a bit of a support here. So that level is key, right? You can see we neared it as well, sold back down. Now we are attempting to break above it. So as long as we stay above 140, I think that there could be more upside momentum all the way up to maybe about 160 to 170. That could kind of be the next upside targets after 140, whereby the uptrend can continue. Look at this right here, as I mentioned, right? The 100 days moving average is still above the 200 days moving average, and both of them are still pointing up. So in terms of a longer term uptrend, it's still intact, all right? Just that in the short term, we did consolidate sideways a bit. It kind of like took a breather, and now it is ready for buyers, to push it higher to a next phase. All right, so this is Franken, right? One of the stocks that we like, one of those stocks in the technology sector that is starting to play out. I think there could be more legs to this rally. If you like this video, guys, go ahead to give me a like and smash the subscribe button. That will really help out the channel, and also you will not miss out on videos like this. All right, so let's move on to the second Singapore tech stock I share with you, and this would be UMS, right? UMS, right? And it seems like we are seeing some really good bullish price actions right now, right? Why do I say so? Well, take a look at this level right here. That would be the $1.35. Look at this, right? 1.35. We have touched it like 3 or 4 or 5 times since like 2 years back, and so far we have been trading below it, right? And went all the way down to maybe about 90 cents. We found a bottom in 2023. Right, so this 1.35 is a very critical resistance level whereby many times sellers are just coming back to push prices down, right? And there are a lot of sellers that are stacked there that it's just hard to get above it. But finally, over the past 2 days, right here, right now, it is trading at about 1.38. Yesterday it closed at 1.38 as well. So you can see, as long as we stay above this 1.35, I mean, we close above it, we stay above it, and if that happens, if this 1.35 still holds in terms of a support level, let me just turn this to a green line whereby it will be a new support level, then there could potentially be more upside as we kind of like clear out the 2 years resistance and buyers are ready to take it higher, maybe all the way up to the next resistance level. And where would that be? Well, that would be around the 1.55 level. You can see that was pretty much where we were at the end of 2021. This is about 2 years back, right over here. So that could be kind of like the gap whereby it can clear or cover this gap all the way to 155, 1.160, whereby some profit taking can come back again. And in terms of the trend as well, right? For UMS, same thing like Franken, right? We have been in a bit of a downtrend since 2022 due to rate hikes. Many of the tech stocks sold off. And same thing, right? You could see that the 100 days moving average line kind of like went down below in 2022, pretty much going lower and lower. But somewhere around here in October last year, just about 2-3 months back, all right, yeah, we got the red line, 100 days moving average, going back above the blue line. You can see both of them are pointing up right now, with the 20 days moving average, the short-term 20 days moving average green line pointing up as well. So all of it are pointing to more upside. As long as we stay above 135, I think there could be more strength in this company, UMS. So let's take a look at how UMS looks on my 1GT system. So what is this 1GT system? Well, I have a software I call 1GT, which stands for One Good Trend, which is pretty much the strategy behind the system. So it kind of like alerts us to stocks like this and guides us on entry and exit. In fact, for all the stocks, these 3 stocks, we had a couple of like bullish signals coming out over the past few months. But let me just share with you like what we are seeing for UMS right now. So you can see that this is UMS on the system, and with a click of a button right here, you can see this box. Just click on it right here. And there are a couple of like bullish signals you can see that have came out since July last year. You can see it was a bit of a downtrend, right? A red bearish signal since like February 2023, sold off, but somewhere around like July, August, that was where the trend bar turned from red to green. You can see right at the bottom here, and we had new bullish entry signal. Look at this green arrow pointing up, and it started to surge up, right? As I mentioned just now, it started to surge up from like $1 all the way up to 120, all right? And we started to consolidate, and you can see right here, right now, over the past like 3 days, I think on the 22nd of January, right, we got this bullish signal coming out again as we broke the 135 level. All right, so this is a new bullish signal that just came out. All right, and there are no exits yet, so I think that as long as we stay above that 135, there could potentially be more upside. You might push towards that 140, 150. We see when an exit signal comes out, and that's where we could see some profit taking coming back. It could also guide us to get out. Alright, let's move on to the third Singapore tech stock that has came into my watch list recently as well. And this would be Valuetronics, right over here, trading at about 0.63. Alright, so for Valuetronics, you see that since 2022, 2 years back, we have been actually capped below this very critical resistance level. It's about 0.55. Look at this, right? We touched, came down, but somewhere around November, right, just last year, November, mid of November 2023, we managed to break above that 0.55. So that's where we had the first sign of strength of a potential reversal as we got out of this 2 years consolidation phase, whereby we were just trading below that 55 cents level. Alright, so we kind of like broke above the 55 cents level, and you can see when that happened, the moving averages were all starting to turn up as well. So there's a sign of the uptrend starting to form. So we kind of like traded up from like 55, 56, and all the way up to around that 60 cents, and there was some profit taking whereby it started to move a little bit sideways. Right, so you can see that as it moves sideways, the 20 days moving average, this green line, was like moving moving up, and it started to flatten out a little bit as we consolidated sideways in the short term, which is okay. I mean, the uptrend, right? Sometimes it's good that we see some short-term consolidation, all right, in terms of it moving up and down, taking a rest before attempting to push even higher. That would be what we call a healthy uptrend. All right, so you can see that it was like consolidating sideways for about 3 weeks to a month, and right now it seems like we are attempting to push higher, with it breaking what we call that temporary resistance at about 0.62. All right, 0.62 would be a little bit of a resistance, I would say, over the past like 2-3 weeks, and it seems like that is giving way as well. We are trying to break the level to potentially push higher. All right, maybe all the way up to 0.66 first. Let's see why 0.66. You can see that is pretty much where we were about 2-3 years back. You can see right over here, that's where we saw a little bit of resistance, so about 6.6. So far the uptrend looks quite good. All right, it might push towards 6.6, might consolidate a little bit below it, maybe just some profit taking, and it attempts to break it again to push towards maybe that 0.75 level. That could be the next upside targets after 0.66 or 0.65. Alright, so this is Valuetronics, the third Singapore tech stock that came into my watch list as well over the past few months, due to some signs or some trend indicators pointing to more upside, and not just that, but also the price action as well. So that's it, guys. These are the 3 Singapore tech stocks, and I hope that you have taken note of some of the key levels I talked about and some of the new support levels that have came out. Alright, because resistance have turned into this new support level. Alright, so Joey here. If you like this video, guys, go ahead and give me a like and smash the subscribe button. And if you want to find out a little bit more on the strategy, alright, as I say, I don't have time to dive into the entire one good trend strategy, but if you want to find out a little bit more, you can attend one of those free webinars that we're still running. I'll place the link below this video. You can come click on the link to register. If there are any slots or any timing available, I go ahead to register, and that's where I will show you guys as well more in detail about the 1GT software that I have that kind of like alerts us to stocks like this, winning stocks, and also guides us on entry and also exit. So it's not just about getting in, but also when to get out. I think that's key as well, and we'll share more in this very webinar. So Joey here, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.